Awards list, freak list. Yep, both of them are out. More awards or lists are starting to show up, but I want to talk about the main ones that have already dropped that got your boy excited. Plus Bruce Feldman's 100 freaks of college football that you got to keep your eyes on. And a couple of Sooners made the list. So let's dive into that. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. As we all know, fall camp is going on. And so because it's fall camp and the season starts in roughly 3.5 weeks, it's time to start talking about all the awards lists that these players are going to be eligible for and who we should keep our eyes out for. So let's dive into it, shall we? First up, you got to talk about the main one here. John Mateer. He is on the Walter Camp Player of the Year watch list. John Mateer being the lead quarterback here at Oklahoma. He is definitely one that was expected to be on the list this prestigious. Plus, him and his guy, Jaden Ott, joined each other on the Maxwell Award list, watch list as well. And so we kind of expected this. I'm expecting John Mateer to be a part of the Golden Arm watch list and all of that. And so a lot of big pressure placed on the shoulders of our guy John Mateer, and I think that he can handle it. He's one player that has come in here and has really embodied the personality of being an Oklahoma Sooner. I mean, he's been a fan since he was a kid from Little Elm, so he understands what he needs to do. Jaden Ott being on this watch list is dope as well. We all know that Jim Nagy mentioned that he was eyeballing and scouting Jaden Ott to come to the Senior Bowl when he was the executive director because Ott's that dude, and he's expected to have a breakout season here at Oklahoma. And so, of course, him and John Mateer being on the Maxwell list is something that we kind of expected. It screams out, yeah, special, potentially, right? Jaden Ott also hits the Doak Walker watch list. So he's one of a few backs from the SEC that will be on that watch list. And I mean, truth be told, we kind of feel like he is definitely one of the top backs in the SEC. There's no real reason to believe that he ain't. I think that there's a very good chance for Ott to show up and, be a force in this conference. We saw, Jaquez Hunter last year was a major force in the SEC. And I think that Ott can turn around and do something similar to what Hunter did there at Auburn. I think he can get us 1,000 yards, and I think that he's going to be one player that team's going to be having their eyes out. And they're going to have to pay attention to a lot more than they expected. Of course, with John Mateer being the guy that can throw, you would think, focus on Mateer, you should be out. Nah. Because Mateer can run too. So you're going to have both dudes be a problem for you there. Next up on the awards watch list, this one was kind of intriguing. On the Butkus Award, Dick Butkus Award, nation's top linebacker, you've got Kip Lewis and Sammy Omosigho. Now, me and Coop talked about this on the live stream, but I had to dig a little bit on it, man. Sammy grades very high for the roughly 300 snaps he had last year. Bro, I think this may be a Sammy Omosigho jump out year for him in the role of linebacker because I truly did not think that Sammy was going to end up on a list like this this year, but him and Kip are your guys that are being looked at for that Butkus Award, and that's kind of a big deal if you really, really think about it. That's pretty huge. And then you toss in there that Kip Lewis is also being looked at on the Bronco Nagurski Award, what gets the nation's top defender. Kip is one that we know that teams are going to have to focus on and eyeball. But Sammy being really watched, and I'm telling you, his PFF grades are a lot higher than I expected. I mean, I knew that he graded well, but dang, he finished the year strong. Sammy might be the sleeper that we've all been hoping for on the defensive side of the ball to really step up. I think Kobe's going to have a good role as well. But you've got Kip and Sammy as your two guys that are being recognized right now. Now, one award I'm surprised hasn't come down yet, but we'll wait and see when it gets here. Thorpe, the Thorpe Award. We haven't seen anything on that yet, but Robert Spears Jennings here, He's on the All-State Warfel Trophy watch list, which is a big community service one. You know that he's very involved up there in the Tulsa area and Broken Arrows where he's from. He's very involved in the community up there and done stuff in Norman. I like seeing that he's very heavily in that, but I do think that he's going to end up being a conversation piece around the Thorpe. He's the highest graded actually player in run defense on PFF from last season. Dude was like a 93 on run defense. And so he comes up, he hits people. That's the big deal that you get out of a Robert Spears Jennings. So yeah, excited about that. Next up, you've got Tate Sandell on the Lou Groza Award watch list, so, for the kicker. And we saw him kick some 50-yarders in practice, something that we didn't really have last year. I mean, we've got like 5 kickers on the roster. Somebody's got to be able to kick. And I think somebody will emerge as the guy. And I think Tate is going to be that dude. He was really good inside the 40 when he was down there at UTSA. And so as a lefty, I think that he's going to go out there and be as clutch as we need him to be, especially playing in the SEC where a majority of our games will probably be determined by a score or less. And we're going to need that foot action on a regular basis. Jacob Ulrich is on the Ray Guy Award watch list. Kind of expected. I'm not going to act like we didn't think that he wasn't going to be on there. Punting has done well here at Oklahoma. I know it's kind of painful to say, while at the same time, it's a good thing, I guess, right? Yeah, we'll just go with that. And then you got Ben Anderson in the Patrick Manley Award watch list for, your long snapper. And he was actually he was on the All-SEC team, 13 as a long snapper. So, hey, put the ball in the right spot. It's the only thing that matters. And, yeah, we should get some good kicks. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. What's your thoughts? First set of awards list right there. Now, the fun stuff here is the Freaks list. Yeah, I like the Freaks list. I read this every year. It's probably the one article I look for every single year to know what players to really keep my eyes on. And Bruce Feldman does a fantastic job over there at The Athletic on this list. And so he put together top 100 players in the nation that you should keep your eyes on, freakish peak players and everything. And of course, we had 2 guys on there. 2 guys you have is Robert Spears Jennings as well as Jaden Ott. So first off, Ott is on here. He's number 55 on the list. And of course, rushing for roughly 2,600 yards and over 700 more receiving yards at Cal. 30 touchdowns in 3 years, 10 touchdown average per season. Played since a true freshman. Yeah. But these are the things that jumped out made him jump on the Freaks list. Squats 485, bench presses 370. Sheesh. Power cleans 315. Max velocity was 206 miles per hour. Maximum acceleration at 12.1 miles per hour. So that's kind of the big thing that you get out of him. Strong. And, I mean, he's listed now at 5'11", 6-ish, roughly 210 pounds. The understanding is he's up to 220. So, up to 220, that's pretty good. I know that he didn't know if his body could handle it, and then he's shown that he's actually a little bit faster at 220. Can we argue that, right? Can't argue it. And the strength staff measured his peak propulsion power at 7,792 watts. And his force is 3 times his body weight. Yeah. Ott is that one that pretty darn good. Know what y'all think on that one. Next one, Robert Spears Jennings makes number 82 on the list. And for him, it's really on, I mean, of course, 66 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, and a pick, pass breakup, 4 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. At his size, though, 6'1", roughly 220. Squats 510 pounds, benches 330, and he hit 21.6 miles per hour on the GPS with a maximum acceleration of 12.8 miles per hour. Dude be flying. That's kind of the point of it. He flies around the field. And his proportion force measurements was 3.4 times his body weight in a vertical jump, which is ridiculously ridiculous for someone at his size. Robert Spears-Jennings, man, he's going to probably have a nasty, amazing year this year. And he's the one that I expect to step out even more than he did last season. Last season was good. Like I said, he was rated like a 93 in PFF in run to stop defense. That's a big deal. So the Sooners have hitting all these lists. We're preparing for the year. Let me know what y'all think. Get in those comments. Want to get your thoughts. Who do you think has the best chance of winning one of these awards? This is just, like I said, we're prepping ourselves for the year, and of course, we're all excited about it. You made this far, like the content. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We'd love for y'all to join this family of Sooner fans talking OU football, SEC talk, college football in general. Having a blast doing it. We're going to expand a lot of our coverage. We're going to talk about some of the teams in the SEC here over the next few weeks, preparing for the season. We're going to do our matchups for Oklahoma, depth chart ideas and thoughts about the teams we're going up against. And we're going to measure it out and see what the year looks like. So hopefully I can make you a more intelligent fan as you prepare for this season. We'll chop it up soon. Peace.